Alright guys, welcome back to another live stream. I'm starting in a minute early just because, well, I've been starting things kind of late, having to postpone them an hour like yesterday's live stream because I've been so busy trying to set up the tanks. Well, they are all set up. I'm happy to tell you. They are all set up. There are two that have heaters. And the reason why I only have two heaters because I only have three total. One of them is still on the 40 burrito. It's not plugged in, but it is in there. And my experiences with trying to heat one, and I do apologize for the horrific glare. My experiences with trying to heat three tanks with one heater, it does work. In my experience, your mileage may vary. It does work. It keeps the tank it's in perfect temperature. I have it on 80 degrees, it's 27 Celsius. Pretty close, like close enough for my needs. It's basically just the decimal place is how much it's off by. But I'm on a budget. I only have three of these heaters. These are the best heaters I have. And I can only afford three of them. And I know that I can heat the two beside it as well. Those will stay 2 degrees cooler than the one in the middle. So those will be they're about 25 Celsius, which I don't know offhand. It's 77 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's 2 degrees cooler by Celsius or centigrade standards, and it's 3 degrees cooler by imperial standards, which is what people in America typically use. But I'm also a scientist and I prefer to think in centigrade, even though I haven't fully trained myself to think in meters and kilometers and everything else yet. I am kind of just whatever. It's a flip-flop for me. But let's get right into the topic of this live stream, and that is introducing the crabs. Now, you will see two things open. I hope you can see that. Yep, I barely see my hand, so I know you're seeing those. These two are open. That was the one I thought was brother and sister. Those two had joined the big one in the 40 burritos. So there's three crabs now in the tank itself instead of in their little enclosures. All three of them are still alive, thankfully. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in here without further ado because y'all came to see my crabs live, did you not? So these are, in fact, Purple Matano Crabs. I will try to show you guys each one as I put them into the tank. Trying to catch the tank. This one's just a shrimp tank. That's where the orange cicadas and yellow neon shrimps are. And a couple of these do have really bad, like, dust in the bottom. I don't think it'll harm the crabs, but I will be removing that when I get enough time. I'm just, again, super busy. And speaking of super busy, as I grab this first crab, I will be having my video tomorrow about why I believe, and the sermon was why I believe in God, or why do you believe in God? And it goes well with my poem I was writing on living with autism. So I'm going to be talking about that in a live stream because I don't have enough time to edit the video and film everything, unfortunately. So I will be doing that live, which is a little more stressful for me because I'm not used to doing that type of thing live. I'd rather just film it and get it out of the way, but I feel like I should do it live for y'all. So I'll schedule that after I get done here for sometime tomorrow. Possibly 4 p.m., possibly 9 p.m. I really don't know, to be honest, but I'll schedule that, and that will become the trailer for my channel. So, yeah, let me catch a crab real quick. You look like a nice specimen. And we're trying to run all the way around. Yep, all the way around. This one is the big one, which I'm a little bit wary of. He's pinched me plenty of times before. Let's see if I can get them on a piece of cholla wood. I hope you guys can still hear me appropriately. Just got pinched, but I'm okay. It doesn't hurt more than, like, it really doesn't hurt, it's just more psychological. It's kind of like psychological warfare. The crabs make you think it's real bad, but it's really not. It's just startling and a little bit uncomfortable, I suppose. You know, definitely classify it as uncomfortable. I'm taking the pump out. There we go. The crab was trying to hide behind it. Now the game plan is number 1, number 3, number 5, and number 6, and number 4 and number 8 will go in these 2. These are the little ones that are heated, and those are the 2 that are closest in age and size that I know are male and female. I'd rather have them be at, like, I guess, a tropical temp. These are a bit cooler, as I mentioned. They say about 2 degrees Celsius cooler, about 3 degrees Fahrenheit cooler. And trust me, it's not easy to catch crabs. Well, freshwater decapod crabs. Or saltwater decapod crabs. Not easy to catch aquatic crabs, let's just say. I try to catch them just by scooping them up in my hand. I've seen a lot of people, and it's generally kind of recommended to catch them by grabbing the carapace, but I don't like doing that personally. I don't know why, I just don't like doing that. Okay, I've had this guy in my hand before. Bringing him up now. Hopefully he doesn't get out of my hand again. Crab, you're really starting to annoy me. Trust me, this is exactly what it was like on the Get Pinched by a Crab challenge as well. Kind of trying to grab him, trying to force him to stay where he's at. And there he is. I will be putting driftwood in here, but I didn't realize I would have to rinse it, so I didn't get to do that. And I still have to put the covers on, but in my experience, I have a pump in the 40 breeder, and it's never climbed out, so I don't know if it can actually climb airline tubings and cords and stuff. I'm not going to risk it, but I'm not going to cover the entire top of the tank, I don't think. What I'll do is I'll wrap some of the saran wrap, which I use for the enclosures that I have on right now, that I have them in right now, at least besides the 3 that I'm catching first, which will take the longest. But I'm going to be wrapping the egg crate in saran wrap because we all found out the smaller of the ones can climb through. So I'll be wrapping it real tight and leaving like very little airspace at all, and putting the cord through that, and that should prevent the crab from being able to climb up the cord. And I might actually have to just do the whole thing, which I probably will, just because it's It could probably just hang upside down somehow. Like, I don't know. I don't want a ninja crab, you know? I don't want these guys getting out. So I'll probably just end up fitting the whole thing in there just to play it safe, not allow any sort of escapees. What I might do is have my biggest sheets of the A crate, just put it above all of these all at once. There shouldn't be much issue of them escaping in another crab's tank, but as I've learned, it's not, like, unless they're molting, it's not the end of the world for them. So now I'm just going to catch another one of these crabs that's in here, and hopefully I can be back sooner than I was with that one. Let's go ahead and show you the second tank with the heater. And as I said, I'm catching the most difficult ones right now because I want to be able to, like, hurry it up along at the end. I don't want to have to make you guys wait too long, so I am trying to catch these as quickly as I can, but I don't want to stress them out. And I don't want to accidentally put a crab by putting too much pressure or picking it up wrong, or, you know, like, I don't want to crush a crab because I can easily do that with my strength. Any human, for the most part, except like a baby or something, can easily squash a crab. Their shells are tough, but they're not that tough. And again, I just hope you guys can hear me, that it's going through, because I do have my head kind of above the fish tank right now, so it may not be going through real good. Let me know in chat if it is, if you're watching this, please, because I would like to know if my talking is going through real well. This is one of the two that look almost identical. Going in the tank now. See, with these, they're very unique because they have, like, more brown in their legs. The rest are really dark purple. They almost look black. But that one is, in fact, more like brown in its leg, which I found interesting. Now, if you look on Aquatic Arts website, and a lot of pictures for the most part, they have brown legs and just the purple on the back of their carapace. And I find that very interesting because, well, they don't really look like that for the most part. I think it's just the juvenile coloration. They have kind of changed coloration. I don't know if it's environmental or what facilitates the color, but it just seems like it's not, like, it just seems like it's not very regular in what causes them to be a certain color versus what you see on Google. So these are, in fact, Purple Matano crabs, even though when you look them up, you will find out that most of them look a lot different. Now I'm going to try this camera angle because it better depicts this tank right here. But I mean, this is basically the best I have available. I'm using my laptop. I can't stream on my phone yet. I need a set number of subscribers, so it's not that easy. So I just don't have that yet. I'm almost at 50, so if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe. Picker 8, I'm sorry for not seeing your question earlier. I do not have any blue crabs. Blue crabs are brackish water, and right now I'm focusing on freshwater crabs. I will be expanding into brackish water, and, like, I mean, blue crabs are also saltwater. They mainly live in the ocean, but they do come up in estuaries to spawn and everything. I will be hopefully getting into those in a couple of years when I move for my master's and my PhD. At that point in time, I'm going to be more comfortable keeping saltwater aquariums because you have to let them kind of sit for a couple of years before you put a coral and everything in. And when I do crabs, I want to also have like a couple of corals or something and anemones because pom-pom crabs, saltwater pom-pom crabs, they have anemones on their claws, which I think would be cool to have as like a symbiotic relationship like you find them in the ocean. And I don't think the parents give the young the anemones. I think they have to find them on their own. So that's just one big reason why I'm not going to be keeping blue crabs or any kind of brackish or saltwater crab at this point because I'm not going to be in this location for more than 2 or 3 more years. And I don't think that's enough time to really be able to do everything I want to. And I'm not real comfortable with like shipping saltwater crabs or like trying to, I'm just not comfortable with transporting them across state lines because these crabs I know I can put in a bucket, they'll be fine. But saltwater species can be a lot more sensitive as far as like fish and everything. So I don't have any blue crabs, but that is hopefully something I'll be able to get in like at the most 5 to 10 years. It's definitely a long time, but I'm trying to build up slowly so that I don't have to deal with the larval stages and moving them across the state lines and everything because I'm barely getting used to the idea of moving these guys, to be honest. So, and these are freshwater. They're kind of hardy, but it's just something that I'm not super comfortable with. I will try to show you guys right now how I'm catching the crabs. I'm not sure how it's going to look, considering I have no clue how I'm going to accomplish this. But I'm going to put you guys, since I'm streaming on my laptop, going to be putting you guys kind of like right here. And hopefully you can kind of see what I have to do to catch these crabs. And like the big thing about blue crabs specifically, they're a lot larger crab. They have a lot larger claws, which means a lot bigger pinch. One that can actually hurt and isn't just psychological. So let's go to, there he is. This is either the male or the female. I'm not sure which. Woo! Just ran between my fingers. Didn't pinch me, but still. I love crabs. I hope to get into like every type of crab eventually. I did see some kelp crabs, which kelp is a saltwater type of seaweed. If you didn't know. See, I'm trying to get, yeah, this one's just not cooperating for the camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and catch them and put them in that other tank over there. The other one with the heater. Because why not? But see, I'm literally still trying to corral it into a corner. I prefer to catch it in a corner because then I kind of have the opportunity to put my other hand in and kind of lift it up gently. Hopefully without being pinched. Here it comes on this corner. Come on, come on, come on. Nope, 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 nope. You need to go up. Okay, there you go. Now, typically people will grab it right on either side of the carapace on top. I prefer to grab it like this so that the crab can still move and it's not so, like, I just believe it's not as stressful for the crab. See, now he can just walk as he pleases. Except it's not going to walk because, well, I don't know why. But I'm going to go ahead and put him in the tank. Okay, now he's running. Now he's running. He's still on me. He's not on the floor. So I do still have control of him. Except he's climbing my clothes right now. Yeah, this is when I really wish I had a camera like my phone where I could hook it up on a bicycle helmet or something. So you guys could have seen that. That is the eventual goal once I get to that point. Just put her in the tank and moho. I don't know how to tell the male or the female straight off, but I think that one's the female. You can see it right back there. The front paint is really cloudy. But the top of the tank is actually pretty clear, so you might have a better picture up here. But that's kind of just how I try to do it, is I try to get the crab in the corner and kind of pick them up out of the water very gently. That way I don't have to worry about, having any sort of like stressing the crab out or trying to pick it up by the carapace, which I've never done before. That's why I'm kind of more comfortable with this. I do think that one's a female because females are generally smaller from what I've heard. And now it is definitely a little bit smaller and more petite, I guess you could say, than the other one that looks like it. So just to, again, in case someone wants to know, I am going to be keeping saltwater crabs, just not at this time. Because I'm not comfortable with transporting them across state lines or anything. And I'm just not comfortable with everything that I would have to do with saltwater. I'm more of a freshwater hobbyist, but I do plan on getting into saltwater crabs in the future. So these other 3 crabs are going to be super easy. And I say that, you know, as if it's actually going to be super easy. Because they're still in their enclosures. I don't know why my voice still kind of breaks every now and again, but it's kind of annoying because I'm a grown man. I'm 22 years old, my voice will not be cracking like that. But it really loves to crack a lot. So I apologize if my voice cracks. I'm not sick or anything. It's just, it happens with me for whatever reason. But see, with these crabs, I can literally just dump it in there. But I don't want to. I actually want to pick these up as well. I don't know why I like handling crabs so much. Just probably better not to ask. But this one's definitely swimming around quite a bit. Okay. Do not climb out. What I might do, put them over the tank, encourage them to climb out that way. Of course, I'm going to drip everything all the way down there, but if he can get out, I'm going to encourage him. There he goes. Now he's in his tank. Now, the water tension shouldn't hurt them because they do have the hard exoskeleton, so just dropping them in there like that, it's not recommended you do that very often. Like, I don't do that very often, but in the case of that one, it was literally running while I had my hand in there, and I wasn't comfortable. If it was just sitting still, I could kind of put my hand around it because these are all the smaller crabs. I could have put my hand around it and put it in the tank, but since it was constantly running away from me, I decided I would kind of let it just jump into the tank on its own. And I have dropped a few of these crabs on the floor from about the height you're at right now, which is about 3 or 4 feet. I have dropped them on like tile floor, which is a lot harder than the surface tension of the water. Yeah, see, he just ran back. Like I literally looked away for a split second and he was already back there. Yeah, you can kind of see him running. He's a really fast little active crab. He is only a juvenile, unless the last smolt he had brought him to the point where he could. And by the way, we're going to be looking at this one now. So unless the last smolt shows any sort of indication of him being a male or female, I guess I should say it being a male or female because I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a he or she yet. So unless there's some sort of indication that there is from the last smolt that they had, I guess it's technically an it. Again, that one's in this tank. We're going into this tank now. We kind of have the same methodology here, except we're going to try to put this one more in the tank by my hands instead of having to dump it, because I really don't like dumping that, even though it's not going to harm them very much, if at all. I still don't like doing it. I don't think it's really best for the crab. And there are times I'm tired and I just don't feel like doing anything. But when it comes to these crabs, I always put my best foot forward because they're my passion. Like, I try to do the same with my fish. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen. And the shrimps either. Okay, you're definitely trying to pinch me. Yeah, you're climbing on me. Hold on. See, this is kind of what they do. I'm going to grab down real quick. Hold up. Nope. You're not getting away. Oh, he was running right towards the intercept point where I was going. I didn't realize he was going in that direction. And he happened to be going right to that intercept point. Yeah, you can pitch me all you want. You're not getting back on the floor. Except you just went back on the floor. Seriously, Crab? Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about with dropping them. Come on, get back up on my hand. See, and that's what I prefer to do. I prefer to close my hand and then put them in the tank. Yeah, so that one's, you guys almost took a dip into my 50 tall fish tank. That's why it kind of, it was, I accidentally bumped it a little bit, but he should be fine. I will update you guys on him, but I have had that happen before when I was unboxing one of them. It literally ran off the counter, hit the floor, and I could audibly hear the thud. Fortunately, this crab, it did not really, I didn't audibly hear the thud, possibly because I may not be as high, or I don't know what could have happened, but he should be all right. I will update you guys because I do try to be transparent on my channel, because obviously real life happens. So it's not something I ever try to hide to death or anything. I try to explain why it might have happened, and I mean, I guess we can, if that one does end up dying, I will be sad and heartbroken, but we can kind of tell what happened with that one because it decided to be a little bit of a jerk, or attempted escapee, I guess is a better term to put, since crabs can't really choose to be jerks, can they? So now the last crab is going to be going in here, and then I will try to show you each tank and what each crab is doing, and I'll try to point them out if I know where they're at. The big one, as I'm looking at it, is kind of trying to figure out a way up the silicone in the corner of the glass, but yeah, there's no way up. And I did that for a reason. The reason I'm setting up the tanks like this is really simple. From what I've seen, these crabs cannot climb airline tubing, and they cannot climb cords. They have a heater, and the 40 breeder that they were in, the big one that escaped cords, and then the two other ones that escaped following, all three of them were in the tank. They had plenty of opportunities when I was not in here, like overnight and stuff, that they could have climbed out via this same cord, or even the pump cord, which is a little bit thinner, which I think would be a little bit easier to climb up. They had one of these, they had one of these, so they had plenty of opportunity. They just never did. They just never climbed out. So I'm not even sure they can actually climb via the airline tubing. So I'm not super concerned with them getting out of these tanks, but again, I will be putting egg crates with saran wrap around the egg crate so that the little ones can't actually perform a Houdini, because that would not be fun. I would not be very happy if I came in to see no crab. I mean, I have had some panther crabs climb out, but they had to hang on the back filters, so they had a little bit easier time getting out, I think. See what I kind of just try to gently ease it out. Here we go, get in my hand. And that's how I prefer to release the crabs. Now, as you can see, you may have been able to see that he just kind of spit bubbles. With crayfish, you have to hold them just under the water for them to release those bubbles. Crabs are more advanced. I don't really think they're more advanced. They're just a different type of animal that look practically like, people are generally more familiar with crayfish than crabs. But with crabs, when you put them in the water, you don't have to hold them upside down. They can actually expel any air trapped in their gills. You can kind of see them right back, towards the back, see? Kind of see them right there. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. But they can actually expel that air trapped in their gills I can't actually see this one. It's probably hiding behind the rock outcropping on the very back corner. That's what they kind of tend to try to do. But so you don't really have to, you can kind of plop them in the water. This one, yeah, I actually don't see this one either. Do I? No. Actually, yeah, it's like literally right in that back corner. I'm gonna try to get you guys an aerial view. It's right in that back corner behind that rock. This one is, yeah, see, this is the thing that I like. They love to hide, which I'm not a big fan of. Of course, this one is like the only one that's like flat and collapsed with the lava rock. It's not the best situation, and I will try to figure that out once I get off of here. But that one I know it's in there because, well, I put one in there. I mean, you all saw me do it. But this one, I think it's, let's see. Yeah, these crabs really love to hide. All right, so this one is a big one. He's really difficult with hiding. He can't really hide. I wish I would have been showing you this a few seconds ago because he did expel an air bubble. But I'm trying to get a better grip on my laptop. He's right kind of back there, right behind the PVC pipe, near the corner, but a little bit off this way of the corner. I don't know if you guys can see him, but that's, well, I was able to show you like 4 of the 6 crabs I just put in there. But that's basically how I transport the crabs around with like different types of, if I move them tanks or anything, and that's kind of how I'm gonna, it is actually quite humid in here, and the sweat just does not go away. You want to see the room temp and humidity? Parents got this for me. It's about 74, 75 with like 60% humidity, so it is quite humid. Kind of uncomfortable actually, and this AC is actually blowing right on my face, and it feels really good right now. But that's all I'm going to show you guys for now. Actually, there's one more thing I want to show you guys because I was super excited about this when I came in this morning to see this. I think I've updated you guys about my flowering Amazon sword plant. I still have not gotten the other swordlets off of it, but you can see right here, the sword plant is sending up another stalk. It is actually already poking out of the water. Let me see if I can hold that real good. It's right here. So it did send up another stalk about 4 to 6 months ago, I think. And it still has the 2 sword plants on it. It's been less than a year and it's already sending up another stalk. This one I'm going to try to get the bloom, which is why I haven't topped off the water at all. And I'm going to continue to let it evaporate. See, that's where the AC is. It's blowing right on the back of my head, which is real good right now. Because as I said, it's like 60% humidity and good like 75 degrees. So, and that's Fahrenheit. I keep tanks with Celsius because that's the kind of TDS temperature meter I have. I don't have any in Fahrenheit. So I just have to kind of convert everything back and forth. But yeah, my Amazon soda plant, awesome plant. I've been having great success with it. When that flower blooms, and hopefully the one right below it also blooms, I will be doing a Saturday special on that. And that will be, like, I don't know when, but like that will be kind of an explanation of the history of the plant, the history of the tank, how I set it up, and also why I think it's doing so well, because I've told a lot of people don't have that type of success. A lot of people have it where it grows really slow and it just doesn't do so well. This one's been growing really well, and I don't want to spoil too much of the future video, but I do have a suspicion of why it's doing so well. And I will be testing that hypothesis with, hopefully, if I get enough of these swordlets off of the flowers that should start blooming in the next few months, I will be able to show you guys and actually test the hypothesis, and I'll take pictures and document it all so you guys kind of see what I'm doing and how I'm keeping everything consistent. So I know like a lot of people are more skeptical. Like a lot of my friends are more skeptical of a lot of scientific inquiries and stuff. So I'm hoping to just kind of be more transparent, like I am with my YouTube channel, like that one that just jumped off my hand like 3 times, literally jumped off my hand 3 times. And I just try to be transparent on this channel. I try to keep it real. I try to make it so that it's more personable and not so much of a, oh, this guy's just reading the script, or like, I mean, I will start reading the script in my normal videos. With my live streams, I don't think I will, because I haven't been able to kind of learn to keep talking and everything else. And I do kind of think about my live streams a lot more, because I'm able to see the bigger picture and I don't have to try to edit the video later or anything. That being said, I will be having mostly live streams from now on. It's looking like I'm going to be able to get a job at one of the 2 places I applied to, which means it's going to be a lot more time visiting those places. We just followed up last week, me and the person with the company that's helping me try to find a job. So I do have high functioning autism, so they'll be kind enough to try to help me find a job. We applied to 2 local fish stores. The guy, and I mean, I don't have the same feeling, but the guy really feels like we should exhaust these 2 places before we try to apply anywhere else, because he has a good feeling that I will be hired by one of the 2 places. So we're going to be heading back out next Thursday. We followed up this past Thursday, actually yesterday, because today's Friday. And we're going to try to exhaust those leads, and I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully I'll have a job in a few weeks, and otherwise I'm just busy trying to maintain my crab room and also paying rent. So, and that's actually taken a lot more time than I thought this week, since I'm trying to do a lot of projects for you guys. I'm working on the polydarian build. I'm hoping to get that video up. Probably won't be the 5th, which is next Saturday. It'll probably be the 12th. I hope, because that's just like the earliest I can get it up if I want to actually edit it. And I kind of do want to actually edit it, though I could just have the tank set up and live stream it. That would be just as easy. So yeah, really sweating in here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for tomorrow's live stream. I've been trying to type up a poem about my experiences living with autism and kind of my day-to-day struggles. And the reason I decided to do it now instead of next May with the Autism Awareness Month is because on Wednesday, the sermon for my youth group, they talked about why do you believe in God, and it just kind of resonated with, like, it got me to really think about it, and I realized a lot of what's in my poem is why I believe in God. Just too many things that happen. I don't want to ruin anything, but it's just too many things that happen in my life because I have autism that I know it's got to be God, because it ain't me. Like, typically, people with autism don't have the best of set. Like, there is a spectrum, and I'm not trying to say everyone with autism can't be like me, super high functioning, but I'm only high functioning with meds. But the point I'm trying to bring to the table right now is just, I wouldn't be here without some sort of higher power helping me along. I've had my off days, I've had my days when I've turned away from God, and every time I've turned away from God, my autism's kicked into high gear, and it's been really rough on me. So I will be sharing that poem tomorrow live. I don't know what time. Check my channel. It will be on there. I'm going to go decide on that right now. My battery's actually about to die. So see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great day and an even better week. Just stay safe, you guys, and tune in next time.